And I noticed that it definitely helped me when I needed to shake off some negative energy. It's like we have to give ourselves grace, give others grace. Not too much now. Not too much grace now. Okay, I want to be mindful of that. We give people grace, and sometimes people play in our face. That's what ends up happening.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What's up? What's going on, my good people? Welcome and welcome back to Rhonda's Real Talk, where people come for the food and they stick around for the conversation. Before we get into this food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all. Today I am eating some fried rice and I got some pot stickers. And that's it. I got some sauce up to the side. I got some sriracha. I got some sweet and sour sauce that I want to dip the pot stickers in. And that's it. Let's get to it. Let's see how I do with these chopsticks. All right. Oh, I feel like that's about to fall. Let's see. Can we do it? Whew, we did it. The food close as hell. First of all, it's close as hell. I don't want this to fall. This is the cauliflower fried rice that I made the other day. So some of y'all saw it in the vlog I did. And these pot stickers, I got them from Kroger. They're veggie pot stickers. Y'all, I feel like I haven't done an eating video in a while. I guess it has been a while. It's been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. I think like 5 weeks at this point. This fried rice got a lot of stuff in it. Bell pepper, carrots, onions, garlic, broccoli, mushrooms. That is good. Let's see about these pot stickers. Okay, Rhonda, come on. Woo. I see my hand all shaky. Woo. These are good. I like that. All right, let's get a little more sauce. A little sriracha. Those are good. Those pot stickers. So what's up, y'all? How was the week going? It's been a good week. It's been busy, but a good week. Are y'all fans of leftovers? Like, some people only eat leftovers during the holidays. like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Are y'all fans of leftovers? I can do leftovers. I can eat the same food for a whole week. I could. Now, I will say that I do try to like repurpose the food or kind of add some stuff or, you know, make some adjustments. All right, I gotta put these chopsticks down. I ain't doing that good no more. I'm a fan of leftovers though. And then it's just certain stuff that just tastes so much better after sitting in the refrigerator for a few days. Like chili, for example, chili, spaghetti, greens taste better to me after they sit in the refrigerator for a little bit. Oh, there we go. I'm like, feel like it's not coming out good. I have still done zero shopping, and I'm not even doing a whole lot of shopping like that. I'm not. I'm gonna buy a few things, but I'm not gonna go, wow. I'm not. Plus, we are taking a road trip very soon. So, that's a part of our gifts for this year is taking this road trip. Taking a road trip, going to South Carolina for the first time. I'm really hoping that the weather permits us to make this drive with no issues and that we get there safely, all that good stuff. I'm very excited though. I'm glad that my honey suggested this, that we take a road trip. I've never been to any part of South Carolina before, and I'm sure that I'll be going back because it's different parts that I've wanted to go to. So I'm excited. I am. These Potstickers are good. I love that crunch. I want to show y'all what brand it is in case y'all want to try them. They're in one of my previous vlogs, but you might have missed it. Maybe didn't watch it. I'm going to show you before. I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. All right, here it is, y'all. This is the brand for the Potstickers. Can y'all see that? B-I-B-I-G-O. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But I got this out of the frozen section. It was like $6. Let's see. So for one serving, it's 4 pieces. It's 6 servings in here. 380 milligrams of sodium, 6 grams of protein. Okay, you can pan fry, boil, or microwave. I'm always gonna pan fry them because that crunch is very easy to cook. So this is cool. Like, you can even eat these, but I would even eat this for like lunch. That would be filling and satisfying. So I just wanted to show that to y'all. But yeah, so I'm about to get ready to take this last bite or two, and somebody sent me a DM today about like negative thoughts and negative energy. So I want to talk about that. So before I get into it, if you have a question, a topic, or a situation that you would like me to address here on the channel, hit me up at rhondasrealtalk@gmail.com or send me a DM on Instagram at rhondasrealtalk. All of my contact information is in the description box. All right, so shout out to Araya. Thank you so much for hitting me up. She sent me a DM about an hour ago. I thought it was a really good question. So thank you for watching and thank you for the message. So her question was, how do you redirect negative energy? How do you redirect negative thoughts? I felt like this was something that we all can relate to. So I was like, I'm definitely going to address that in today's video. Now, let me start by saying this. I don't think that there is a one size fits all. Like something that might work for me may not work for you, you know? So I want to just, you know, obviously speak from my own experience and just share the things that have worked or the things that I've seen work for other people. The first thing for me is that, and let me say this too, let me preface this by saying that this is not about being depressed. This is about simply having a negative thought, being put in a negative mood, being, you know, your energy shifting. This is what this is about. So for me, it's about the awareness. I have to be aware that my energy has shifted. I can feel it and I acknowledge it. I have to acknowledge that, you know, I have these negative thoughts, you know, I'm thinking negative things. Like, so I acknowledge it and then I sit with it for a second because I want to know where it came from. Like, what made me feel like this? Why am I thinking like this? Why do I feel doubt? You know, why do I feel like I'm not enough, you know, to see this thing through? Or what is it that is just, you know, shifting my energy completely? Did somebody say something, do something? So I try to identify where it's coming from. Sometimes I can figure it out and sometimes I can't. I haven't connected the dots yet because there are also different triggers in my life that I probably haven't identified. I don't know all of my triggers. I know a lot of them, but I'm pretty certain that I don't know every single one of them. So I try to sit with it, identify what it is. And the next thing is I'm now trying to move into action because I don't want to be in a negative headspace for too long. And the main reason why I don't want to be there too long is because I don't want to lose the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose a day or two or maybe even 3 days because I'm in a negative headspace and feeling doubtful about something. So I do my best to try to shift myself back into a better place. Sometimes it's taking a nap. For me, it's just sleeping it off can shift my energy completely. Sometimes it's just taking everything off my plate. Like if I felt like I was going to create a bunch of content and I start to feel overwhelmed by negative thoughts, first of all, I'm not going to give my best to my content. So I take everything off my plate. And you know what I have that really helps me a lot is I have a playlist of music that I really enjoy that lifts my spirits. I have things saved on Instagram that make me laugh. I go to my go-to funny videos on YouTube. I rewatch certain things. I might watch a comedy, like laughter and stuff like that, laughing in comedies and stuff like that, stuff that's kind of lighthearted. Like I'm not going to throw myself into like true crime at that particular time. Like it's not a good time for that for me. So I try to surround myself with things that'll make me laugh. I might have to switch my environment. I may need to go outside. You know, I may go sit outside and on the bench or go for a walk. Exercise is great. Dancing is great. Dancing is a big thing. So for me, I told y'all how I had got into dancing and I noticed that it definitely helped me when I needed to shake off some negative energy. It's like I released so much with the movement, the music, you know, so that's been very fulfilling and helpful for me. Also, sometimes in terms of switching your environment, it might even be the company that you're keeping or the people that you're around putting you in a negative space. So be mindful of that too. It could be that. It could be the people that you're around, the conversations that they're having, the gossiping, you know, just having these really heavy and dark conversations. You know what I'm saying? You may have to remove yourself from that in order to get yourself out of that space, right? So it could be a number of things. For me, journaling also helps a lot too. When I'm overwhelmed with like negative thoughts, I do like a brain dump. I grab my journal and I just allow myself to write a bunch of shit out. I just start writing, letting it go. It doesn't have to make sense. And I can be free, open, and honest. Say whatever I need to say. If it's somebody that's put me in that space, I can write about that person, how they made me feel. Those are some of the things that really help me get out of a negative space. Because again, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in a negative space where I don't want to be at my best or be able to perform, be productive, be happy, be able to experience joy for, like I said, 1, 2, 3 days. So I try my best, you know, to acknowledge it, allow myself to think through it, try to identify what's going on. And then I just switch it up after that. Sometimes it's like I said, the dancing, writing, fresh air, just some type of exercise, music, a movie, just some type of laughter, calling certain people, calling my friends, calling my family, you know, to have conversations. And also venting. Venting is a great way too. So if you have somebody that you know, that you trust, that you can have those venting sessions with, I would say don't be the person that's always dumping on people. You know, you want to make sure there's reciprocity and that you're able to have conversations that go both ways. But if you know, sometimes you got to vent. You know, I'll get on the phone with my honey and vent about something. And once I talk about it and talk through it, she listens to me. And sometimes she's just listening. And sometimes it's to offer advice, you know, on certain things. And she does really well identifying, you know, what I need at the time. So venting is a great way to help you get out of a negative space as well, because it's like that release. You know, you're freeing yourself of this thing that's bothering you. And it's okay for something to be, you know, for you to be bothered. It's okay for something to ruffle your feathers. I know people, we want to say like, don't let it ruffle your feathers. Sometimes some shit is going to ruffle your feathers. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, do what you have to do to pull yourself out of that space. So it's that. And there's so many other things. I'm sure like there's so many other things. But again, like I think that exercise is so key. Like there's so many things that you could be doing. There's fun ways to exercise and move your body and get that energy out of your body. That's something that's been working for me a lot lately. I would say within like the last like 5 or 6 weeks, that has been huge for me. The dancing, doing yoga, stretching, that has been huge. And also too, you know, I have my things that I can just dive into, like my podcasts, audiobooks. But again, I'm also mindful of the context of those audiobooks and podcasts. Like putting on true crime or something very heavy or very dark is not going to help me get out of a negative. For me, it's not going to help. It may help other people, but it doesn't help me. I need something that's light. I need something that is, yeah, on a lighter end for sure. But those are some of the things that work for me, you know, and most importantly, it's just knowing that I want to be out of it. I just even envision myself being out of it, envisioning myself being in a better place, you know, because that's, I'm trying to pull myself to where I want to go. You know, like man, being in a negative headspace or having negative energy is so tough. And the wild thing is that it can just happen suddenly. Like I said, somebody saying something to you. That's why our words have so much power. Like somebody that you hold in a high regard, right? Just saying, like, you having a great day. Let's say you having a beautiful day. Woke up, got enough sleep, you rested, got up, you drank water. You know what I'm saying? You ate breakfast, took your vitamins, took your morning walk, did all these things, right? And then get on the phone with somebody that you love and respect and admire. Let's say you share a piece of good news. That person is not happy for you. They're being negative about it. And now you're in a negative space because of them. So energy is transferable. And sometimes, like I said, our words hold so much power that person not being happy for you, that person not supporting you, that person not encouraging you, congratulating you, can shut your whole day down. You know, so now your day started off on such a great note, and now you got to work to getting yourself out of it, or at least to have a decent rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot. I hate being in a negative space. I really, really do. I do. I hate it so much. And that's why I have so many go-to things that are ready to go, because I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen where I'm going to have a negative thought around something or negative energy, just because either somebody put me there or I might just be there for a different reason. You know, it's a human thing. It's a natural thing. It's going to happen. And I just think it's about being prepared, you know, be ready to have your go-to things ready for you when it does happen. Because I'm sure you don't want to stay there. I'm sure that's why you asked that question. And I'm sure some of y'all watching can relate, you know. But again, I think about the times when I would have negative thoughts so often that I didn't have the awareness to be able to say, this is a negative thought. I couldn't pull it out and identify that it was any different than anything else that I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. This also made me want to share this clip that I saw on social media, y'all, because it's in relation to just life being a lot. We have a lot of responsibilities. We are a lot of things to a lot of people, you know, and it was this guy. I don't even know what the context was, but the clip that I saw, I'm not even sure what the question was. I'm not sure what the question was, but this guy, it was a guy that was on the street with a microphone. He stopped this guy, and the part that I saw, the guy was talking about how he experienced some type of injury. He fell off a bike or something like that. He had a head injury, and he was in, you know, at the hospital. The doctors were working on him, and he said he saw a white light, and the doctors had pronounced him dead. So he was declared dead, and then he came back, right? So the doctors are shocked. This is a miracle. This wasn't supposed to happen type thing, right? And so he was saying that, you know, he remembered like being gone. Like he felt what that was like it was over. He said the hardest thing for him was actually coming back and having to deal with life, having to deal with the heaviness and the responsibilities of life. He was like, I'm having a really hard time transitioning back into the fact that I now have to continue to live, right? And I was like, damn, like that really blew my mind, because I'm like, yo, life is heavy. Life is hard. It is. And in all of this, we really have to give ourselves grace, give others grace. Not too much now. Not too much grace now. Okay, I want to be mindful of that. We give people grace, and sometimes people play in our face. That's what ends up happening. So give grace, but also be mindful of the grace that you extend, right? But life is a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of things being pulled left, right, things not going as planned, financial issues, health issues, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things. And so I just want to encourage everybody to take everything one day at a time. If there are things you can take off your plate, do it. And to do what you have to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like going in and figuring out what your needs are. Are your needs being met? Are you meeting your needs? Are you doing what you got to do for yourself? What changes do you have to make? You know, where should your focus be? And for a lot of us, it's just rest. A lot of us just flat out need nothing. We need a lot of nothingness to just, you know, rebuild ourselves back up and being able to deal with life, just everyday life, you know? And if there is anybody out there that just absolutely needs rest, that is the only solution to anything right now, don't let nobody talk you out of that. If you are in a position where you can rest and you can take things off your plate, don't let nobody call you lazy. Don't let nobody talk no shit, okay? You know what you need, so go and get that, all right? Because, you know, people having breakdowns and all kind of stuff is happening, you know, and it's just a lot of shit going on. It is. So take care of yourselves, whatever that looks like. And I mean that shit. Like, do whatever you got to do for yourself, for real. Like, it's going to be people with there's always going to be noise. Somebody is always going to have something to say, but don't let anybody talk you out of what you absolutely need in this season of your life as you prepare for, you know, the end of the year, going into the new year. What is it that you need? So that's it, y'all. Go ahead and meet me in the comments, you know, let me know what works for you to get you out of a negative space, negative energy. How do you shake it off? How do you get back to a decent place, a good place? How do you, climb out of that? Let me know. So yeah, again, if y'all want to hit me up with any questions, topics, situations, rhondasrealtalk@gmail.com. Send me a DM on Instagram, Rhonda's Real Talk. And that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. I appreciate y'all very much. Make the best of the day. Be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.